What's good, family? It's your boy Royalty Trades, tapping in for the morning with the pre-market analysis. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And then if you're returning viewers, you're already family here, go ahead and hit that like button, bro. We're going to drop some gems this morning and see what's exactly holding up this market this morning. Well, yesterday and this morning. So, as you know, I already got the spot chart pulled up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this first. Semiconductors been really pushing over the past 24 hours. Yesterday, I liked NVDA over 120 and I gave it a 127 price target. And this morning, it's pushing 125.70. And this was the target that I pushed. We saw it take out supply levels and now we're pushing a little bit higher. So we're giving the ETFs a little bit more steam and it's helping them push up a little bit higher too. The question is how much more gas is in the tank for them. So I got the spot chart pulled up, and here is one of our supply levels at 601.69, and we gapped down again, and then we filled this gap side back up, and it actually pushed, and it's trading above supply right now. So it's almost looking as if it wants to flip the supply and demand and continue to push higher up to this 609 level. The only problem is that it's barely pushing and making a breakaway from yesterday's closing price. So right now it's 5:59, so it's 6 o'clock. So we still have an hour and a half until opening bell, 2 hours until opening bell. Excuse me. But we still have 2 hours until opening bell. And this is going to need to hold up. So whatever momentum NVIDIA and the rest of the semiconductors are holding right now, we are going to need to see that continue to stay afloat in order to keep the prices above yesterday's closing prices. So as of right now, this trend that we've been watching that has been broken, but it since then it has been reclaimed and it's deciding to push off of this. Here's one. We opened below it, but it came back. Here's another one. It's been holding pretty well and trying to flip, like I said, supply into demand and continue to push its way up. So long side target right now, it'll be 609, and let's also add another one. 609, and we'll add another target up here just in case, it wants to continue to push in the market, pushes as a collective. 612, 609 and 6012. If semiconductors decide that they want to come back down and cool off because they did leave a gap, unfilled gap below, we'll continue to watch this trend and see if it holds. If it doesn't, and it decides that it wants to break back down here, then a break below here, and we'll be coming back down to retest this support level here and see if that holds up before attempting to either make another recovery up or deciding to dive back down, because we have been holding this 592 level right here also. So that's just something that we'll watch. Underlying support is right there. So by the time we do see this gap fill and this support level probably will start lining up too. So that'll be a recovery spot if we happen to retest this and break below this support level right here also. So that's what we're watching for on the spot. Qs, let's see. So Qs are actually about $1 below yesterday's closing price. So we're just gonna have to see how that plays out. We have selling pressure below 529. As you can see, when it was this last Friday, we traded above here. We got all the way up here and it had a dramatic sell-off going into close. So Um, that's what happens when prices start to exhaust. And it just has a natural run up, even though it's trading within pressure levels. We did get some buyers here and some buyers here, but it just wasn't enough to just really take out this momentum selling pressure that we had that Monday morning. So in my mind, we could be seeing another higher low being made, one being here, one being here. Another one could possibly be a retest back to this 529 level. But like I said, we'll just have to take notice and see how it plays out once the market actually opens. So this trend right here was briefly breached, but it has since then reclaimed the trend. We got one and two taps off of it, and it continued to push higher. Like I said, a lot of this momentum came from the semiconductors yesterday. Before that, it was stocks like Meta and Google, which were trading pretty high. Meta's right now consolidated, and Google since then has seen earnings and it flushed pretty dramatically. So, like I said, now is the opportunity that semiconductors are the ones that's holding everything up and trying to pull everything a whole lot higher. So going on, going into today, what I would be watching for if the semiconductors continue to push, at least a retest of this 529 level, possibly reach up here to 531 if, like I said, the market moves as a collective. If not, we decide to come back down from the cool down from the semiconductors that we saw yesterday. I watch for this trend right here to be retested. Same as I told you guys with the SPY. If we breach this trend, then we could see a move down to retest lows. Here's our lows right here, weekly lows at 511. That'll kind of line up with support here also at 510. So this will be what we'll want to watch to see if we see a recovery, if we do break. If not, like I said, we still have this unfilled gap down here at 505. I don't think it'll all happen in a day, but it'll definitely be something that we'll want to watch for just because we don't want to get stuck in the euphoric moment. But as long as we continue to push, then we can watch for 529 and possibly 531 to be tested, and just to have an extra level, we could see 536 to 537 also. So NVDA, now this is the one that I called out yesterday. I said if we break above this 120 level, then we should see some new money flow in, and we should start pushing towards this 127 to retest this level of supply up here to 127.66. So as of right now, we're just about there. We're just about there. And if we can get some new money above 127, then that'll open opportunities for us to push back up to 132-ish. That'll definitely open up doors for us to push back up to 132. So it's a lot of selling pressure right now below 142. And this is why we've been seeing this big consolidated movement over the past, week or two. Just kind of been seeing it retest these levels up here at this 128, and then it flushes back down. And that's just what I'm looking for. That's what I've been watching. This is why I just kind of been sitting on hands. These are good short term, like very, very short term swing trades. I just haven't been feeling the swing market right now, just with the way things have been going. We had this big gap down with deep sea, We got all these executive orders coming in from Trump. Tariff news are coming in. So I just haven't felt very comfortable swinging much of anything over the past, probably since January started. It's just kind of unpredictable. We've been getting earnings on the Mag 7 stocks. We've seen Google flush, we've seen Meta flush. Um, Tesla is down dramatically, which I'll cover that next. Yeah, everything's just kind of been dropping to the downside. I think the only one that did well was Meta, and it pushed up pretty good post earnings. But as far as the rest of the Mag 7, they've had green earnings, but the price action has been flushing. So with NVDA, we just want to watch this, see if it comes in and pushes toward this 127 to 128 target, and also we get new money above 127, then we could see 132 also. On the downside, if we get exhausted around here, we do have an unfilled gap. This is what I was telling you guys that could pull some money out of it. So we do have an unfilled gap back down here to 118. So 118.82. So whenever prices exhaust, this will probably come back down and retest. But for now, we're just gonna wait and see how things open. This is still pushing up, so we just want to see how this decides to keep moving into opening bell and just monitor this. And if we get another gap up, kind of like we had here, we can look for possibly like a bounce somewhere around this 124 level and see if we can get a continuation on the move to the upside. And that'll possibly continue to carry SPY and the Qs on up also. So let's just watch these levels. Right now, my head's wrapped around this consolidation, you know, that we've been seeing. I don't know if this is gonna be a actual trend. This is real life. This is a 5 minute, so I'm not gonna dig too deep into it, but I'm just watching these touches to see how it's gonna react to it, and if it holds. If it opens above here, like I said, we could see a nice little breakout and retest and decide to push back up to this 127 or 128 range. Last but not least, we're gonna lock in with Tesla. It is dropping dramatically. We thought that we'll possibly see a consolidation between here and here. We did get the gap down yesterday, which I covered in yesterday's video. This one actually follows suit. You know, we looked at SPYs and we looked at Qs and we saw how they got down, but they actually traded back to the upside, filled those and continued to run. Tesla, in the meantime, I gave a 374 price target, but I did say look for any type of breaches below 378. So on the bottom side, this is a long way to fall. I don't think we're falling this low because I got support at 340. I don't think we're falling this low right now. There was a gap somewhere on one of these frames. Oh, well, hey, there's a gap down here at 359 to 358. So if the market turns around and SPY, Q, and the rest of the sector start falling together, we could be watching this gap get filled, you know, either this week or next week. It just depends on how everything plays out. Excuse. But it just depends on how everything plays out going into the next, I say, week and a half. But there's definitely a gap right there, and we just want to watch and see how this is going to play out. Let's look at the 30-minute again. We've already broken structure. So I mean, it's interesting. It's a gap right here too, 345. So it's some gaps on the charts. We just have to see how everything's gonna play out, and just stay away from Tesla calls as of right now. This is gonna create another selling zone here below 378, and like I said, this is gonna cause it to fall some more. So it doesn't look well. This looks like what we saw with semiconductors before it decided that it wanted to keep dropping more. If we go back to the NVDA chart, check it out. Gap here, gap here. Here's a third gap before it decided to finally push back up to the upside. Go back to Tesla, gap here, gap here. We're finna have another gap here. So this would be the third gap. We could see some consolidation. And then once a temporary bottom forms, if it does, we could see a move push back up to the upside if it forms a new bottom somewhere around here, or if it decides it just wants to continue to flush down to the downside and fill those gaps that we saw on the 30-minute chart. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. As you can see, I'm nose still running and everything, family, but you know, it's good. I'm getting better day by day. But we still got to figure out how we gonna make money out this market. So I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good things so we can all make this bread. And I'll lock in with you guys a little bit later. Make sure y'all on the right side, not the wrong side. It's your boy Royalty Trades. Catch y'all on the other side. I'm out.